It's the Line Makers on Sporting News.
Hey folks, we got a good one for you. It's LSU going to the Swamp, take on Florida. Brian Blessing here with Kenny White. We're at the South Point Casino here in Las Vegas. The Line Makers on Sporting News. Kenny, this was a big mover early in the week. Game opened LSU 4, total 44.5. Very early in the week, plummeted right through 3, down to 2.5. It settled on 3. Let's start there. Does it stay at 3?
Well, it was one of those games of the year, Brian, that opened up, might have opened as high as 7, but I know it was 6 before last week's game. Then the line came out 4. Adjustments continue to be made on LSU, a team that I'm not afraid to say destroyed me last year because I continue to bet against Les Miles every opportunity I can. And he was 7-1 ATS on the road last year. Hopefully that trend will turn around and the move is right.
Well, let's talk about this LSU team. They are led by just a staunch defense. They only allow 217 yards a game. And then you got a Florida team that's 1-3 to the under, so there's a little tipping point there.
Yeah, well, the staunch defense is so far, they are very good defensively, but they've stopped North Texas, Washington, who has no offensive line and couldn't score against Stanford, Idaho, at Auburn, who's very poorly coached, and Towson got 22 against them.
Well, don't feel sorry for them because coming up next, they've got games against South Florida, at Texas A&M, and Alabama. The Towson thing was a joke. It gets salty now.
Yeah, I think they're gonna get boat raced here real fast in the next 4 weeks.
Let's talk about Florida. This is a team, and I know you were very high on them at the outset of the year. They're battle tested. They've played tougher opponents with wins at Texas A&M, who we've documented if you check out another video on the Don Best Line Makers poll, how highly the line makers think of Texas A&M, and then a win at Tennessee, which I know is another team you're very high on.
Yeah, they beat 2 very, very strong football teams. And I was very high on Florida at the beginning of the year until I watched this offense the first 2 weeks against Bowling Green and at A&M. They had problems moving the ball. But I think Muschamp made the right decision naming Jeff Driscoll the starting quarterback. He has NFL size and an NFL arm. He's just a sophomore. He's going to continue to get better and better and better as the year goes. This defense is loaded.
It sounds to me like you like, just from listening, I kind of like the under. What do you think?
It probably, there's value to the under with a total in the mid-40s because the SEC on a whole, they only average 47 a game. If you get two weak offenses, 2 solid defenses, it is an underplay, but I think Florida's the play. They should have been the favorite. Getting 6 2 weeks ago was a gift.
And if you check the Line Makers poll out, just your power ratings, you've got LSU 121.2, and on a neutral field 116.8 for Florida. So are you on board with that number in terms of what they assign home field advantage?
Well, yeah, I think that it's definitely Florida. The Swamp is one of the strongest home fields in college football. I actually give 7 points to Florida, and if they're playing a weak team, I give 10 points. That's how strong that home field is.
Well, based on those comments, that would be another 2-point edge towards Florida, based on Kenny's power ratings and opinions. We've got you covered here at the Line Makers on Sporting News. SEC Showdown. It's a dandy. LSU in the Swamp at Florida.